Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate every one of y'all tuning in, whether you subscribed or not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please think about it. But I appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to watch the video, especially cutting through those ads. I know those ads are painful, but please, to help me out, run through those ads. But as you heard on Tuesday, we went from a belt issue to an injector issue that just kind of bounced down the line on the driver's side. So what I'm going to do is show you how to get to your injectors, what the injector looks like, and for my setup I got the 6.4 intake, so it'll be a little bit different than some of y'all with the 5.7 intake, but it's basically the same. There's just a couple spacers that you get with the 6.4 that you don't need for the 5.7. But we're gonna get right into it. Get this taken care of. So first thing, y'all know Shake and Bake got the old shaker. So here's the old shaker. There's literally 4 bolts, one on each corner to take the shaker off. And then once we get it off, we'll get the top plate off. I'll show you that, and we'll move into the injectors. So like I said, for me it's an 11 millimeter nut on the bottom, because I drilled through mine to put a bolt all the way through to tighten them down. So all you do is just loosen these bad boys up. And so I don't lose my nut, I gotta wind up doing a little bit by hand. Matter of fact, I'm going to loosen up this back one just a little bit, because it's putting pressure on the front now that I loosened up the front. So we're going to loosen up the back one the same way. Now this does get messy. You're going to see in a second. You're going to get fuel kind of all over the place, so be ready. And you would just pull out your spacer or washers like I have. And then you just come back here, take the back one off. And then once you get this back one off, you can just lift the fuel rail. Pull all that out. Now to get the fuel rail off, I pull this out of the way. And then you can just pull the fuel rail off of the injectors. As you can see, there's the fuel coming out. The injectors, normally they're a little tough, but they'll pop right out of here. Well, there goes my spacer. This one's being a little bear to get out of there. I don't know why. There we go. All right, once you get the injector out, to release the cord, there's a little red tab right here. Just push it out. Then there's a black tab inside that you just got to press down, and the injector will come right out. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to walk over here with the injector and we're just going to take it apart. You know, it was leaking on this piece for some reason. Not really sure. I think I know what happened. I think I had that in backwards. So this is just another spacer right here that's on top of the injector. This is where the fuel comes out. So I just dropped that retaining pin. I don't know where it went. All right, so I got the retaining pin. Like I said, this is just another spacer for your injector. All right, so it just pops on like this, and then this retaining pin comes in from the back. Oop, it goes like this. Oop, actually goes up here like so. Okay, and that locks in that spacer. So I think we're good to go. So if you guys don't know, I'm a one-man show, so I gotta lean things up and all that stuff. So then you just put the spacer back on. Twist it around, make sure it's set in there good. And you can do this one of two ways. You can hook your injector back up to the electric and then stuff it down in there. Or you can stuff it down in there and then put your injector in. Now comes the tough part, lining up the fuel rail, getting it on there straight. And making sure everything's straight. And then it's just reverse of what we just did. For those with the 6.4, you're gonna have to put the spacer back in, or your washers. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to do. I pulled it up too high. All right. All right, let's try this again. I tell you, it's much harder with the washers, so don't be like me. Make sure you buy the right thing to begin with. All right, we got her almost straight. Get her just started a little bit, because it is still threaded, so which helps. It helps hold everything steady and holds everything flat. All right, now all these should move, and they should move freely. All right. So then, for me, I got the nut that goes on the bottom. That gets a little tricky to get started once you get it down here. Once you get it to this point and get it started. Once you get it started, toss your little wrench on there, and tighten that bad boy down. So I like to tighten it down a little bit and then do the other end to keep the pressure so it doesn't push one way or the other. We may speed some of this stuff up because I know it's pretty boring, but it's all part of it. And that's not on there right. All right, put the old wrench on there. Ah, sorry, I bumped y'all. Tighten her down. Tighten her down. Doesn't have to be super tight. Just tight enough to where it clamps down. So we are going to grab a rag, clean up that little mess. And yes, it is hot as Hades today. So as you can see, there's a little puddle down here. I should have done this before I put the injector back in. But you can see I got most of it out, if you can see that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back, we're gonna cycle the pump and see if that bad boy, see if it leaks. And I don't see any leaks. All right, let's start it up and see what happens. All right, let's try and dry this up around this back one, because we did have problems with this back one before. Nothing around the blower, and let's try it again. Let's just cycle it twice, because once you empty the fuel rails, it takes a second for the fuel to get back up in there. See no leaks. Let's get us a little blub 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 from the rear. Woo-wee. All right, let's do a couple revs, put some pressure on it. Go back one more time, take a check, make sure there's no leaks. I see no leaks. Looks like it's good to go. All right, folks, appreciate it. This is probably a little bit longer video than you thought. All I'm gonna do is put the shaker back on and button it back up, take it for a test ride around the block, and come back and test it. And if it's not good, I'll come back. If not, that's it for this one, folks. Thank you for stopping in, for watching the videos. Hey, if you're stopping in for the first time, check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on, do them few things. Like, subscribe, smash the bell, shoot me a comment, share it on your social media. I'll definitely appreciate it. Shake and Bake definitely appreciate it, because every red penny from YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. And we'll see you on the next one. Adios.